Hi, Mr. Julian. How
Hi.
are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
We're so excited to have you as part of the Loyola community.
Thank you.
It is such a great community here, and I can already tell from your energy and the excitement that you have for Loyola that it's going to be a great year. So I appreciate the time you're giving us today. We're going to ask you a few questions just to get to know you a little bit better.
Right
So thanks for participating.
Yeah.
So first, how do you envision your first year here? What does it look like for you?
Well, I'm a people person, and making connections with people is really important to me. So I envision making connections with students, with teachers, with families, getting to know them on a personal level. That's really important for me. And of course, trying to figure out logistically how things are done at Loyola.
Okay.
And just Los Altos in general.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, for me, it's going to be about connecting with people.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Good. Thanks. What are some of the ways you've connected, like some examples with students, with teachers, with parents, some things that have worked for you, or some gold nuggets that you're going to take with you to here?
So with kids, it's important that, and teachers, that I'm in classrooms every day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things I've done in the past, is make sure every day I block out time to be in classrooms. Specifically for students, I always have set aside time where I do something called Share Your Learning, where students meet with me on a weekly basis to be able to come in and share some of the things that they've been learning in their class
that.
they're proud of.
Mm-hmm.
I also have student chats. I like to ask kids very specific questions about our school, what they like, what they don't like, what they would change. You gather some very interesting feedback when you ask kids.
I bet so.
Very much so.
Very honest.
Yeah, absolutely. I like to attend PTA events and any events at school to see kids in a different environment other than actually in the school setting. That's a good way to connect as well. Being out in the parking lot during drop off and pick up is a way to connect with kids, with families. So those things really for me are the most important things to do.
Great.
Yeah, they work well.
Awesome. What do you love most about being a principal?
I really love working with teachers, supporting teachers, serving teachers. It's an incredibly difficult job, so however I can impact their work is really important to me. Love that. Certainly love working with kids, always have. It's why I became an educator to begin with. So I love the fact that I get to impact not just a small class of kids as a teacher, but literally a whole entire school campus. That's important to me. And as far as parents, and just the idea too of getting to know parents on a personal level and families as a principal is important to me. I love that part of my job. And just any and all stakeholders that really have an impact on kids' futures is also a really important piece for me. So I get to impact a large group of people, and that's, I think, the most rewarding part of my work.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And remind me, I know that you had sent out kind of a bio, but remind me how long you've been an active principal.
So I was an assistant principal for 1 year in Milpitas Unified School District. Then I took over the school as principal and was the principal for the last 6 years.
Okay.
So I've got 6 years of principal experience prior to coming here.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Exciting. What's your favorite memory as an elementary school kid? Any fun things you want to share?
Yeah, it's an easy one. My 4th grade teacher, her name was Miss Hennick. She was really sweet and funny and dynamic, energetic, but yet she had really high standards for us, and I remember appreciating that a lot. And she used to actually meet us at the park on Saturdays every so often and just organize a bike ride.
Oh, fun.
So we as a class would just go and we just ride to the park. She'd be there, and we just kind of ride around the neighborhood.
Oh, cool.
She did really great things like that, and looking back now, she just had this really uncanny ability to connect with kids.
Super inspirational.
Absolutely.
Did you know at that time that you wanted to be in education, or was it like later on in life?
No, I knew at a pretty young age. There were 6 kids in my family. I'm one of 6, and my 2 older brothers and my older sister were teachers.
Oh, okay.
And there's an age difference. So actually growing up, they were a bit older than me. So I can remember as a youngster grading papers for them, you know,
Yeah.
and things like that. So I've been around education in school for quite a while. So I knew
kinda natural.
early. Yeah, it was natural. I knew
Okay.
early on. Yeah,
Good.
I was going to
Awesome.
do the work. Yeah.
And then I was talking to my kids this morning, and I did ask them if they had any questions for you. And this is kind of a silly one, and you don't have to be totally honest, but I kind of love it. Were you ever sent to the principal's office? And if so, what was the situation?
Yeah, honestly, I was never sent to the principal's office. I was a good boy in school.
Okay.
I think because I was fearful of what might happen to me when I got home. My parents would be very upset, angry, and probably a lot disappointed, you know, with me. So I was a rule follower. And actually, today I'm still a rule follower.
Okay.
Yeah, no, never happened.
Okay. What do you like to do for fun when you're not wearing that principal hat? What makes you happy and
Yeah.
stuff like that?
Love spending time with my family.
Okay.
I'm a family man, so that's really important to me. Love music. I'm a drummer.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so wound up getting a new drum kit this past year. And after, I guess, for a couple of years, when I moved out from New York, actually, back in 2008, I didn't bring my drums with me, so I didn't have anything here. So recently reconnected myself with that and started getting back into it again. So a lot of my free time is spent doing that.
You know you're going to have to share this with
Yeah.
the Loyola community.
Absolutely.
These drums
Absolutely.
and your talent.
Yeah,
Exciting.
did it at my former school with our Glee Club.
Oh, good.
Played with them, played with the band.
Awesome.
Yeah, would love
Very
that.
exciting. I think the kids would love that too.
Yeah.
We've heard that you've done and participated in a dunk tank before. Is that correct?
That's correct.
We have one of our first fundraisers of the year is the walkathon.
Okay.
Any ideas or anything you've done in the past that you'd be willing to do to participate in something silly for the kids?
Yeah.
Anything you want to share?
I'm up for anything, frankly. Dunk tank, absolutely. In the past, I have been decorated as a sundae by kids with chocolate syrup, gummy bears, everything you can imagine, whipped cream.
Oh, God.
I've been slimed. I've been duct taped to a wall. So I am open and game for anything. Anything that's going to actually, you know, connect kids.
Engage the kids.
Engage kids. And, yeah, and just have fun.
Awesome.
I'm in, yeah.
What struggles do you anticipate as you join this new community, and how can we kind of help you with any of those struggles,
Yeah.
make it easier for you?
Thank you. I think just really learning how we do things at Loyola and Los Altos logistically, you know, like nuts and bolts kind of thing,
Okay.
would be a challenge, but that's something that would come with time,
Yeah.
right? And it's really important for me to learn people's names, students' names, families' names. So I expect that to be a challenge since there's a lot of all of you. It's important to me to do that, so that's going to be a bit of a challenge at first. But again, with time, I think that's obviously going to be something that I'll be able to take care of. So I would say whenever you're on campus, just feel free to come in and say hello, introduce yourselves. Let me know who you are, who your kids are, and that's good. That will help me acclimate, and that will help me actually get to know folks on a personal level.
Awesome. I know we're all really excited, so I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of visitors
Yeah.
in the front office and
Absolutely.
kids and everything.
Yeah.
Last but not least, is there anything that you want to share with the Loyola community that I've missed, or is there anything?
Yeah, I just want everybody to know that I'm very honored and I'm very humbled to be the principal at Loyola.
Awesome.
It's a place that reminds me of home back in New York,
Great.
district that I worked at for many years before I moved to California. So that homey feeling is just very warm for me. Yeah, and it's important for folks to know that, you know, as a student when I was younger, I was a good student, but I believe I had the potential to be a great student. But I think I just got stuck in a system where things were always done a certain way because they were always done a certain way, and I don't think that I was connected with in a way that would bring out the best in me. So as I've said to some folks already, that the most dangerous phrase in the English language is "we've always done it that way." That is what drives me to do this work, because I want to make sure that we're reaching kids and personalizing learning for kids that really helps them to realize their fullest potential.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my why. That's why I do this kind
That's
of work.
awesome.
So I want everybody to know that, and that's what drives me.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited. We're excited to have you, and we can't wait to see what this year brings. And I can already tell you bring a lot of energy, and the kids are going to gravitate towards you like crazy. So thanks so much, and
pleasure.
we look forward to this year.
Yeah, same here.
All right.